What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sailor Turn Gamer, and we are back in the building coming at you with another Dauntless video. Today's video we are discussing the first of many to come in our mastery build series. This is what I am calling a mastery build. When you look at your mastery system, every behemoth in the game has the requirement to craft all of the armor in the game. Not only craft it, but use that very armor set to defeat that specific behemoth a total of 10 times. And so I thought, hey, well, if I'm going to do that, I want to be able to use whatever set to the best of its ability. And so when I got into this, I had one requirement, and that requirement was, of course, to use all of the armor in the lantern that's applicable to that. And if that lantern isn't available, well, then I have free range to do so. And in order to maximize what that armor does well, I have access to every single weapon in the game. So for whatever mastery build we are doing, that weapon may not be the exact same as the armor, but that's okay because the goal is to maximize what the armor does well. And in today's mastery build, we are talking about Strike. So stay tuned and you'll be officially up to date on the latest in Dauntless, ranging from patch notes, news and update, community Q&A roundups, educational videos, and a whole lot more. We're going to take a deep dive into mastery build Strike, and you guys are going to understand why we chose what we chose, and we're going to talk about what this guy does best. After that, we're going to be showing some gameplay, and we're going to dive into that. I'm going to explain basically how I play this mastery build. If you guys are interested in that, stay tuned, and if you enjoy the video, please be sure to give it a like, possibly a share, but most importantly, join the fleet by hitting that sub button. And with that being said, let's get into the build. So, as you guys see straight up, we got a full set of Strike gear. That's the goal. Now, how can we maximize what this build does best? Well, when I decided to take a look at the Strike gear, we all see that the gloves here, they have weighted strikes. That tells me off the bat, with +3 rated strikes, well, we got to get +6. So, with the +6 weighted strikes, we know that that's going to give you stagger. That's all about stagger. Whether or not if you get the interrupt or not, you're getting additional stagger. And that's the goal here. We want to maximize stagger. What weapon is going to mainly focus on stagger? That is the hammer. So, in my opinion, I think the hammer will be the ideal weapon to use when running a full set of Strike gear. So once we took a look at the hammers, I wanted to think about, well, what hammer is going to give us the applicable perks to be able to help us maximize the things that this build does well. Well, if we look at our boots, they come +3 bloodless, so we know we need a defensive stat. We don't get those on any of our Strike pieces, so that helped narrow the search down, and we ended up going with Skarn's Vengeance. Skarn's Vengeance is a plus, not because of its element type, because I know that's going to give you a little bit of reduction when you are fighting things like Skarn because of its terror state, but that's okay. We're going with Skarn's Vengeance for two things: Knockout King, and the fact that its mod slots come with the defensive edition and a power edition. So being able to roll Knockout King is fantastic because it also has that slot, so we could drop in another +3 Knockout King, and Knockout King is amazing because the build is already focusing on stagger damage, and as you see, a +6 Knockout King is going to give us an additional 30% stagger damage, in addition to dodging, which is going to increase the next weapon's attack stagger by 100%. So weighted strikes is going to give you 400 stagger after dodging through an enemy attack, so this is great. This is all about dodging, going for the head, of course, because you're using a hammer, getting that stagger damage, and whoa, how can we ensure that we're going to dodge? Luckily for us, our chest and our gloves have movement mobility slots on there, and that's where we slot our endurance for maximum stamina, and that's going to give us an 100 additional maximum stamina, which is going to allow us to again maximize what this build does well. Now, as we scroll down a bit, we have another mobility slot. As you notice, this is where we put a little bit of agility because it's going to reduce the cost of us dodging. And of course, we do have to dodge when it comes to using this build. to maximize that stagger damage, baby. And another thing that I am very, very happy with is the evasion. This is where the evasion comes in, and it is clutch, might I say, because with the evasion that comes on the chest piece as well as the headpiece, that evasion is going to give us a huge dodge window, and with that huge dodge window, it's making it so much easier for us to be able to successfully go through with a dodge, which is gonna proc that additional stagger damage, which is amazing. Bloodless is where that comes in on the boots here, and with the boots, you know, we had to maximize the bloodless because that is what the build does well, and it's making us immune to wound status and crippling wound status. And as the entirety of the build, we are someone who is a mastery rank Shrike. Now, I believe if you want to run a build that focuses on using a hammer, that focuses on stagger damage, that also puts you in the ability to not have to remember combinations of builds, but just say, hey, I want to put on a full set of this and do this particular thing well look no further. You can put on a full set of Shrike, run this mastery build, focus on stagger, run this hammer, aim for the head, boom boom, they dead. So the last thing I want to address before we roll into that is the specifics of our weapon, and of course the specifics of Shrike Zeal. Well, we were limited to using Shrike Zeal, but Shrike Zeal is amazing, and we know we're going to get additional 15% increased movement and attack speed. So when I thought about the mod for this slot, of course Conduit was a no-brainer, because with Conduit it's going to give us an additional 10% attack speed for all of our Slayers and for ourselves, which is basically boosting what our Lantern does well, which is amazing. Now, before we hop into this, the last thing I want to talk about is weighted crown. Of course, the mod slots, honestly, in my opinion, they're pretty much up to the player, so you guys can use whichever combination of mod slots you want. I choose to use weighted crowns and concussive salvo. As far as concussive salvo, I swap between them and Mighty Landbreaker whenever I feel like it. Honestly, I think they're both really, really good. So it's your choice on how you want to use that. Weighted crowns as well. Again, this is another your choice, but I prefer weighted crowns because you're going to have stagger damage that is no longer half when attacking the behemoth's legs. And again, guys, of course, this build is predicated on stagger damage. So if we can reduce stagger damage when attacking the legs, because you can't always get to the head sometimes, and when we can't get to the head, boom, that's okay, stagger damage to the legs. So weighted crowns is the way that we choose to go, but hey, I won't knock you if you go with Impulse. Impulse is going to give your aerial strike increased damage for 10 seconds, and the bonus is going to be doubled if you hit the head. So hey, you're already going for the head, you're going to get that bonus damage. It's really up to you. You can swap it out per hunt, you can go with whatever combo you want, but hey, that choice is yours, but these perks are golden. So with that being said, I'm going to roll into this Mastery Shrike build demonstration. So stand by, I'm going to explain to you guys how I run this, and yeah, let's hop into that. Alright guys, so first thing you want to do is, of course, aim for the head. Dizzy stat means he's already dizzy. One more hit, he's going to get knocked out. There's right in the head. Aim for the head, but be sure to do your empowered swings. Of course, on the final combo, hit him with the blast. And of course, you want to keep that Shrike's lantern up as often as you possibly can. You want to keep him down. Keep going for your empowered swings. They're really good. If you hit that aerial strike, of course, you're going to get it all back. And that's the name of the game. It's okay to miss and aim for the legs. Because remember, if you do aim for the legs, you're going to get that damage for that stagger. If you don't know, the blue numbers are actually stamina focus. Out. If you don't know, the blue numbers are actually stagger focus, so you're in good company. This is also, of course, a bonus of using Skarn. You get that Aether Shield. So why not take advantage of having that Aether Shield? Woo! Love it when he gets angry. Of course, you have weighted strikes, so we should be able to knock him down. Boom, this is where that comes into play. He goes down. You finish him off. So this is great because, again, it lets you do what Shrike does best. Oh, I forgot about the double. But it lets you do what Shrike does best and capitalize. He's already dizzy. I couldn't even see him. I deserve to get hit. But he's dizzy, so boom, that hit to knock him down. Always want to go for the empower swings as often as you can. Ha! Got me again. But always aim for the head. And it's okay if you don't, because you can hit those legs and still get that stagger damage. I love doing that jumping attack. Look at that. Oh, he's trying to get out of here. Oh, man, we couldn't get the stagger. Alright, let's move on. Okay, guys, so he's still dizzy, meaning we can still get this strike off right in the head. This one, oh man, letting us know if we just keep aiming for the head, everything should be okay. That's that evasion coming in clutch. Oh my god, why is he not getting dizzy? There we go. There's the evasion coming in clutch, helping you dodge, and when you do dodge, you get that extra stagger damage. Shrike actually leaves himself open for a lot of dodges too. I got caught in a little bit of rage. This should be a knockdown. Oh man, I was too early. There we go. And it's just constant pressure to the head. Constant pressure to the head. You dodge right through that, get the stagger. Clutch. Dodge through those attacks. Stagger. He's dizzy again. Can't even do a signature move. Go right for the head. Right for the head, and that is it. It's full stagger damage. You maximize all the stagger you can do, and there's not really much Shrike can do, nor is that much any other behemoth can do. Again, guys, this build is great. It maximizes what the Shrike's armor does well, and it allows you to do those specific things very, very well at a very manageable level. Any Slayer can use this build. Any Slayer can get this gear. So we're going to be going on forward in the future with other Mastery Behemoth builds, and if that's something you guys want to see, be sure to join the fleet by hitting that sub button. Anybody that made this far in the video, I just want to say thank you and continue to stay here for all things Dauntless. I appreciate it, and until then, this sailor will be out in the open ocean. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.